Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
North Carolinians are one step closer to Medicaid expansion with the passing of the state budget. This morning, we're live at the state legislature with an expected announcement coming from the governor.
And we're going to continue to dry things out for today with warmer temperatures building in. Coming up, I'll explain when we can see some pockets of sunshine.
And the Writers Guild and Hollywood studios reach a tentative deal to end a strike after more than 145 days. We'll explain why Hollywood could still remain shut down. The writers have been on strike since May 2nd, so coming close to a deal here. It is 4:30. We're tracking that story among others as we get you started on this work week. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Jeff Hogan. Yeah, we'll get some of the shows back that I know you've been looking for and some of the rain outs that I know you've been waiting for it to get along its way. And Peter Sherwood in the WRAL Severe Weather Center right now with what it looks like not bad right now outside.
Not bad at all. We are waking up to quiet conditions for this morning as we take a live look across our viewing area. We are seeing some mostly clear to partly cloudy conditions as you guys head out the door. What we have going on is this backdoor front that will be around our vicinity for today. It is going to allow us to see some sunshine, especially for the first half of the day, but some clouds could be building in once we head into the afternoon. And I did go ahead and add a slight chance of a few passing showers in the forecast, simply because once we head into tonight, we have a chance of seeing some of that develop with the boundary staying just towards the south of us. Some of those isolated showers could begin to move in as we head into tonight. It's not going to be widespread, just a slight chance for the Sandhills. We are seeing temperatures right now in the upper 60s, mild as you step out the door, feeling really good in Raleigh and Durham at 69. Come this afternoon, we are going to see our temperatures climb into the mid 70s by 12 o'clock with a high of 83 degrees. Coming up, I'm going to show you a couple of areas that we're watching in the tropics and why they will stay away from us here in North Carolina.
All right, Peter, thanks for that. Better health care options are on the horizon for hundreds of thousands of people across North Carolina. Today, we will find out when Medicaid will expand. It comes just days after lawmakers agreed and approved the new budget. WRAL's Laura Levine joins us live to explain what we can expect from Governor Roy Cooper in just a few hours. Laura, good morning.
Yeah, Jeff, good morning. We know that Medicaid expansion would have launched on October 1st if budget negotiations had not drawn out throughout the summer. Now, today, Governor Cooper will join the Department of Health and Human Services to share when the long-awaited expansion will become a reality. On Friday, Governor Cooper shared that he will allow the budget to become law without his signature, opening up the doorways for Medicaid expansion for about 600,000 North Carolinians. More than 200,000 of them are right here in Wake County alone. I spoke with Commissioner Matt Calabria earlier this summer when the county had to add more positions to prepare for the influx of applications.
The bottom line is that access to health care is critical. We know it has a ton of benefits. It realizes savings in other areas. It allows healthcare providers to make ends meet. It creates a healthier workforce and even saves lives in the long run.
So again, Governor Cooper making that announcement of the launch date today at 1 p.m. at the North Carolina Executive Mansion. Laura Levine, WRAL News. We're live in Raleigh.
We may soon be able to see talk shows resume once again. That's because a tentative deal has been reached between the Writers Guild and studios that could potentially end the months-long strike. The move was announced late Sunday night. Writers have been on strike for more than 145 days. Actors joined the picket line in July in a separate dispute. They still have not reached a deal. WGA, the Writers Guild of America, released a statement saying that although a tentative deal has been reached, it still needs approval, which means writers won't return to work until everything is authorized. The fall TV schedule, as of now, is full of reality and game shows.
A water main break could still be causing problems for some people in North Raleigh. Durant Road near Sharpstone Lane remains closed right now. Crews have been working in that area since Saturday. NCDOT says they had to wait for the necessary equipment to arrive to get it fixed. There is no word yet on when it's expected to reopen. Today, the group that owns PNC Arena is expected to move forward with plans to upgrade the experience for fans attending games and events at the arena. The Centennial Authority will meet today to vote on the enhancement design contract for the arena with architect firm Ratio. This is part of a $300 million renovation project for the arena and surrounding area. Officials say the design process is in its early stages, so the exact plans for fan upgrades haven't been fully developed. Earlier this year, the board signed a lease extension, I should say, that will keep the Carolina Hurricanes at PNC Arena through 2044.
A Rocky Mount police officer is recovering after he was dragged by a car when a driver tried to speed away. This happened just after 3 Sunday morning on West Gypsy Trail off Highway 97 when officers approached a driver who was stopped at a stop sign. They say the driver was under the influence, and while talking to the officers, he started driving away quickly. One of the officers became trapped and was dragged for a short distance, suffering a shoulder injury. The officers got back to their cars and chased the driver, who eventually crashed into a house on West Raleigh Boulevard. Police found 2 firearms in his car. That driver, Bernard Ruth of Virginia, was charged with assault on a law enforcement officer and possession of a firearm by a felon, among other charges.
Cary police are looking to make arrests after at least 4 business break-ins on Cary Parkway. Those break-ins happened early Sunday morning at Chinese No. 1 restaurant, Sweet Tea Boba, a Subway sandwich shop, and the Bliss gas station. At Chinese No. 1, the back door was broken out. No cash was taken, though. At nearby Sweet Tea Boba, the entire cash register was stolen. Doors were also broken and cash taken from Subway and the Bliss gas station. The owner of Chinese No. 1 told WRAL this is the second time her restaurant has been robbed in the past 2 years. Police say this weekend's break-ins are likely connected, but they are still investigating. Your congressional and legislative districts could change before the next general election. State lawmakers plan to redraw the state's election maps this fall. But first, they want to hear from you. Lawmakers have scheduled 3 community meetings this week to hear from the public. They're in Elizabeth City today, Hickory on Tuesday, and Raleigh on Wednesday. The meeting in Raleigh is scheduled for 4 p.m. Wednesday in the Legislative Building on Salisbury Street. Anyone who wants to speak must sign up online ahead of time. You can find links in our story on WRAL.com for more details.
Today, a new step toward adding more affordable housing in Durham. The County Board of Commissioners will vote on how to use $3.5 million in funding from the American Rescue Plan for new development. It's a joint effort of the city and the county. This is in addition to a $20 million joint investment made by the city and county to support affordable new housing units. Today's meeting is happening at 5 p.m.
You'll be able to start ordering free at-home COVID tests again today. We told you about this last week when the Biden administration announced its relaunch of the program. The first time around, they sent out more than 750 million tests to homes across the nation. They've decided to offer more tests now as medical experts predict another COVID spike. If you'd like to order your tests, you can do that by visiting covidtests.gov. You'll also be able to check to see the expiration dates for any unused tests you have around the house.
The lotto craze continues this morning with the 4th largest Powerball jackpot up for grabs. Right now, it's an estimated $785 million. No one won on Saturday, but that could change tonight. If you win, you could take home $367 million before taxes. You can watch the drawing live right here on WRAL.
Pittsburgh Steelers and Las Vegas Raiders added another chapter to their historic rivalry on Sunday Night Football. The Steelers hit a big touchdown pass, Kenny Pickett to Calvin Austin. They rolled off 23 unanswered points and were able to stop a Raiders comeback late and close it out with an interception in the final seconds in the 4th quarter. The Steelers escaped Las Vegas with a win, 23-18. Pay for millions of federal workers is on the line this morning as the government shutdown looms. Up next, where lawmakers stand in the ongoing spending fight.
Plus, an unusual death investigation in Florida as authorities work to figure out what happened moments before a woman's body was found in an alligator's mouth.
And we'll give you this live look downtown Raleigh right now. Peter Sherwood is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with a look at what we can expect to start our work week.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
Welcome back, everyone. As we take a live look at North Hills this morning, we are seeing some clouds out there as we get our morning started. We're also watching for a few areas of patchy fog, but I don't think that's going to be widespread, and that could potentially grow as we head throughout the morning. So be mindful of that as you head out the door. 65 in Clinton, and we're seeing 63 degrees out there in Roxborough. Very mild as we get our morning started. And then temperatures are going to jump into the mid-70s by the lunch hour. If you're thinking about going for a walk around lunchtime, I think you'll be fine getting to 75 degrees and then 83 for the afternoon high. Temperatures in the lower 80s are right where we should be for this time of the year, but we are going to see those numbers drop this week. I'll show you how cool.
An investigation is underway in Halifax County after there was a shooting on a dance floor at a restaurant. It left a man dead and a woman hurt. It happened at San Lucas Mexican Kitchen in Littleton early Sunday morning. Authorities tell us the restaurant was hosting a DJ night when that shooting happened. We're told the woman is expected to recover. Authorities haven't said what led to the shooting. As of this morning, there haven't been any arrests.
Investigators say a married couple was killed in a house fire over the weekend. This happened in Beaufort County near Chakawinity on Saturday night. Deputies with the sheriff's office say the victims are 76-year-old Franklin Meeks and his wife, Gail. Several departments responded. They fought the fire for about 3 hours. One person who lives nearby says at first she came outside after hearing noise from the area.
I heard pop, 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 multiple in a row. At first, I thought maybe it's fireworks, some kids playing, the storm is over, people are cleaning up, and eventually I heard sirens. So I looked out my door and had a perfect view, and that house went up in flames in like 90 seconds.
Authorities have not yet said what caused the fire. However, they do not suspect anything criminal.
The deadline to avoid a government shutdown is now less than a week away. This is a live look at Capitol Hill, where House Republican leadership worked through the weekend to try to find common ground. The shutdown would go into effect when the clock strikes midnight Saturday night. House Republicans control the process of funding the government, but they're divided on how to move forward. Conservative hardliners are pushing for deeper cuts, and now they are not backing down.
This dysfunctional Washington cannot continue. That's why folks like me, we're sticking to our guns, and all of a sudden we're the bad guys because we want to balance our budget.
Funding the government is one of those basic responsibilities of Congress. And it's time for Republicans to start doing the job America elected them to do.
If there is a shutdown, federal employees will not be paid. Food safety programs would be affected. Thousands of kids would lose access to government pre-K programs. Social Security checks and mail delivery would not be affected.
An unusual investigation is underway after a woman is found dead inside an alligator's mouth. This happened in the Tampa Bay area. Authorities say a man witnessed the gator carrying the body during his walk. People in that neighborhood say they're now afraid, especially since a lot of kids walk from school along the same path. Officials have not said how this all happened. However, they did say the alligator has been killed.
Dozens of North Carolina families traveled to Washington, D.C. this weekend. They were there to pressure the federal government to take drastic steps to address the epidemic of fentanyl deaths nationwide. Hundreds of people from around the country attended that march and rally outside the White House yesterday. It was organized by Lost Voices of Fentanyl. Many of those rallying lost a loved one to the drug. Jane Coates' son died of a fentanyl overdose last year. She worked to raise awareness from home.
Because when you've lost a child, you don't want it to be in vain. You want people to know, you want the public to know that this is happening all over the United States.
Data from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services says at least 11 North Carolinians died each day from a drug overdose in 2022.
Candidates in Wake County's municipal election will take part in a forum tonight in Cary. 10 candidates will take part in the forum hosted by the Western Wake Republican Club. The forum and dinner get started at 6 tonight at Sophie's Grill and Bar in Cary.
Super Bowl just got a lot smoother. R&B icon Usher will be hitting the stage for the halftime show. The artist will take the stage in Las Vegas. Usher called it the honor of a lifetime and a moment to cross off his bucket list. Super Bowl 58 is Sunday, February 11th, 2024. Can't wait. Big headliner right there. Right now, we want to take a look at what is happening weather-wise. Long, tough weekend. And Peter Sherwood is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center right now with a look at that satellite.
Yeah, it was rough out there on Saturday, but then Sunday we actually saw sunshine. It was a gorgeous day. We are going to see pleasant conditions persist for today as well. We have this backdoor front that will be moving across the state. There's going to be some clouds associated with it as we head into the afternoon, so it's not going to be a completely all bright day. We will see some cloud cover out there, and as we head into the afternoon, likely to see those temperatures heat up into the 80s. I did go ahead and add a small chance of a few passing showers as we head into tonight into the forecast. Due to this boundary just meandering about our southern counties, we do have a chance of seeing some isolated showers develop across the sandhills as we head into tonight. But overall, most of us today and into tonight will stay mostly dry. As we check out our muggy meter, we're in the tolerable category with dew points in the 60s. We're going to see our dew points ranging in the 60s for today, the upper 60s of that, but we do anticipate those numbers to come down as we head into this week into the lower 60s with that measure of moisture in the atmosphere by Wednesday, and that is going to make a big difference in how it feels outside. So 80 is where we should be for this time of the year. Today we're getting to 83 degrees. Today is going to be the warmest day of the week before our temperatures come crashing down into the 70s. We can thank a high pressure system that will be building in for that, dropping us down to 76 degrees by tomorrow. But I do want to look ahead into the beginning of October, and we are tracking temperatures to be above normal for this time of the year as we head into the beginning of the month. So keep that in mind. We are likely to see some mild conditions. Stay with us. Here's a live look at Lewisburg for this morning. It's quiet as you step out the door. Again, we're watching for a few areas of patchy fog, but I'm not seeing a lot of that develop right now. We will continue to monitor that as we head throughout the morning. We're heading to 75 by the lunch hour and then 83 for the afternoon high. Our rain chances will be limited all week long as temperatures fall into the 70s. We're down to 73 degrees on Wednesday. Out the door Thursday morning, temperatures in the upper 50s. We do have a small chance of seeing rain as we head into Thursday and Friday, but overall this week we are going to see some mostly dry conditions. Coming up, I'll break down a couple of systems that we're watching in the tropics.
Peta, thanks. It was a 50-point victory for the Miami Dolphins. Up next, what the team decided to do on Sunday instead of breaking the previous scoring record.
Plus, you'll be able to enjoy the Wilson County Fair for an extra day after bad weather caused changes over the weekend.
NBC's new fall TV season starts tonight. The Voice returns with a new coach you may have seen a promo or two about, Reba McEntire.
The hit singing competition is followed by a new scripted drama, The Irrational. Mark Barger gives us an inside look at both.
Day one, it's a big day.
A new throne for the Queen of Country. And Reba's very fired up to start The Voice.
They kind of got on to me a little bit. You're turning too much, you know. You kind of pull back a little bit. I said, yeah, but I'm having fun. I want to see what they're doing out there.
I grew up listening to you, Miss Reba.
The contestants are just as excited.
I'm Reba.
Hi, nice to meet you.
To see the new coach.
It doesn't matter what genre, she is beloved all over the country, and you can just tell the respect and the love that people have for her.
Gina Miles! Reba's following the rookie coach who won last spring.
Welcome back, guys.
But Niall Horan finds himself the only holdover from last spring's lineup.
Yeah, they're all gone. They got sick of me pretty quick. Yeah, once they realized I was a big threat and I talked a lot, they just ran.
And running the table is the plan for the red-haired rookie.
I'm going to win this sucker.
Following The Voice is NBC's new drama, The Irrational. Jesse L. Martin stars as Alec Mercer, a college professor whose expertise,
studying human behavior,
provides crime-solving insight,
paradoxical persuasion,
but upends his longtime marriage.
Personal life gets a little funny, and therein lies the drama.
It addresses the why we do what we do.
Or sometimes overdue.
I think I'll throw my back out.
Mark Barger, NBC News.
Miami Dolphins fans may be a little hoarse this morning, and you can understand. They had 10 touchdowns to cheer for yesterday as the team scored 70 points in a win over the Denver Broncos. The most points a team has scored in a regular NFL season game in nearly 60 years. They had a chance to set the all-time record. They were driving again in the game's closing minutes, but chose to run the clock out, just kneel down on that thing without trying to break the record. Record 72 points in a game, but that is just a nice act of sportsmanship. The damage had been done.
Yeah. Feel for the Broncos, though.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
that's just an obliteration.
Mad, embarrassed. It's all that.
Yeah, not fun for anyone except for Dolphins fans, I suppose. Well, today's your last chance to visit the Wilson County Fair this year. The festivities were paused Saturday because of Tropical Storm Ophelia. An additional day was added for today to make up for Saturday.
Coming up next at 5, what is expected to happen today as hundreds of thousands of North Carolinians wait for Medicaid to expand now that a new budget is in place.
And what we're learning about a tentative deal reached that could end the writers' strike.
And a historic landing on Earth, what NASA believes they can learn from a long-awaited asteroid sample that is now in the U.S.